The importance of pricing in business. When it comes to business, pricing is one of the most important aspects to consider. If you price your products or services too high, you may lose customers. However, if you price them too low, you may not make as much profit as you would like. So how do you find the perfect balance? Pricing can be tricky, but there are a few things you can do to make sure you're on the right track. 1. What is pricing and why is it important in business? Pricing is the process of setting a price for a product or service. It is an important part of marketing, as it can impact demand and profitability. There are several factors to consider when setting prices, such as production costs, perceived value, and competition. Businesses must also consider how pricing changes will impact other areas of the business, such as sales volume and margins. Pricing is a complex and dynamic process, but it is essential for businesses to get it right in order to be successful. 2. How to set prices for your products or services. There's no magic formula for pricing your products or services, but there are a few general principles you can follow to make sure you're charging a fair and competitive price. First, consider the cost of making or providing your product or service. This includes not only the cost of materials and labor, but also any other overhead costs associated with running your business. Once you've calculated your cost at a reasonable profit margin to arrive at your retail price, it's important to keep in mind, however, that price is not always the most important factor for consumers. In some cases, they may be willing to pay more for a product or service that offers superior quality or convenience. So be sure to take all of these factors into account when setting your prices. 3 factors that can affect your prices. There are some factors that can affect the prices you charge for your products or services. The most obvious is the cost of your raw materials and other inputs, which can fluctuate depending on market conditions. Other important factors include your overhead costs, such as rent and utilities, and the availability of competitors. In addition, your pricing may be affected by government regulations, taxes, and subsidies. Finally, economic conditions can also have a major impact on prices, as demand for your products or services may rise or fall in response to changes in GDP. By carefully monitoring these factors, you can ensure that your prices remain competitive and profitable. 4 methods for adjusting your prices. Many businesses find that their prices need to be adjusted on a regular basis in order to stay competitive and remain profitable. There are different methods that can be used to determine the appropriate price for a product or service. One common approach is to use cost-plus pricing, which involves adding a markup to the cost of the good or service in order to generate a. Another common method is competitive pricing, which involves setting prices based on what similar businesses are charging for their products or services. In some cases, businesses may also use discounts or promotional pricing in order to entice customers to make a purchase. By carefully choosing the right pricing strategy, businesses can ensure that they can generate revenue and remain profitable. 5. The benefits of pricing strategically. Most businesses have a pretty good idea of what their products or services are worth. After all, they've spent time and money developing them, so they know how much it costs to produce them. However, many businesses struggle when it comes to setting prices. They either charge too much and miss out on potential customers, or they charge too little and end up making a loss. The key to success is pricing strategically. By taking into account things like production cost, customer demand, and competitor prices, businesses can come up with a pricing strategy that will help them to maximize profits. When done correctly, pricing can be a powerful tool for driving sales and growing a business. If you found this useful, be sure to subscribe to my channel for more tips on how to start and grow your business. I'll be releasing new videos every week, so be sure to stay tuned.